Hello, in this video I'm going to show you how you can customize your desktop environment and make some adjustments so that it's a little bit more personal, a little bit more functional too. I'm going to show you how we can get rid of unwanted desktop icons, things that have been pre-installed like these here. We don't really want them. And I'm also going to show you how we can restore some shortcuts and icons that are missing, that perhaps we would have had as a default in previous versions of Windows, like Windows XP. For some reason Microsoft have denied us these shortcuts, but you may remember we used to automatically get an icon here that said My Computer, one that says My Documents, and so on. And I'll show you how to get those back. I think really they should have been there by default. And I'll show you how we can change the default installed background picture to something a little bit better, how we can change the resolution and really make the desktop environment more personal to you. So first of all, I'm going to show you how you can get rid of unwanted desktop icons and shortcuts. If like this laptop, it's come with pre-installed software, and I have these 5 shortcuts here automatically on the desktop that I don't want. I didn't ask for them, and I'm going to show you how to get rid of anything you don't want on your desktop. And there's a number of ways we can do that, and I'm going to show you the different ways to delete these. So the first way I'm going to show you to get rid of an unwanted shortcut from your desktop is quite simple. It's just to click and select the icon with the left mouse button, and while holding down the left mouse button, it's just to drag the shortcut up to the recycle bin. Alternatively, we can click the right mouse button on the shortcut, and that will give us this pop-up menu, and we can simply move down to the delete option, and if we clicked that, that would instantly remove the icon for us. And there's another way too. We can just left click, select the shortcut, and if we press the delete key on our keyboard, that instantly removes the shortcut for us. So we can use whichever one of those methods we prefer. Now, if there's a group of shortcuts that we want to delete, there's a way we can select them all at the same time, just by holding down the left mouse button and dragging a box around the ones that we want to delete. And when we've selected them all at once, again we can just use whichever method we want to delete them all. But there's also a way we can be a little bit more selective in what we want to delete, and that's simply by holding down the control key on the keyboard, and then we can select only the icons we want to, or we can deselect them. And when we're happy with what we want to delete and what we want to keep, we can just get rid of those icons with the click of a button or the press of a key. And they're gone. Now I'm just going to select these final 2 and just delete those 2, just so we've got a nice clean desktop area now, free of any unwanted icons. And we've got a nice blank fresh desktop there now. And then when we're happy, we can just right click on the recycle bin, and that will give us our pop-up menu, and we can just click empty recycle bin, and that will permanently delete anything that we don't want to keep. So now we've got a nice clean desktop, I'm going to show you how we can get back some handy icons and shortcuts that are missing from this area that we used to have as standard with perhaps Windows XP. You may remember you used to get some icons there. Now the way to get these back is anywhere on your empty desktop, just click the right mouse button, and from the menu go right to the bottom and select Personalize. Now if you left click on that, we get our personalization area, and there's various things we can do here, but the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to come up over to the top left here and click on this link which takes us to change desktop icons. Now when we click on that, we get this handy little box where we can select some of these icons that we may recognize, that we really want to be on our desktop right from the start. So if we put a tick in the box of computer and our files and our network, there's also the option to put a control panel shortcut on our desktop if we want to. You can if you want. I tend to not want that on my desktop, so I'll leave that blank, and when we click apply and OK, and then we close this box down, when we look at our desktop, here are our missing icons. You can see they're back, and we have this PC which used to be called My Computer. It will probably be called something different on your machine depending on how it was set up, but this is basically the My Computer icon here, and we have our network icon, used to be called Network Places, My Documents. This is just basically our own files folder, and these were missing. You can see going into there, which would have been My Documents, now takes us to a slightly better area where we can access our documents, our favourites, our downloads, our music, and our pictures, and so on. So that's slightly better, I think, than just going into My Documents. But now we've got that back on our desktop, and probably we want it there. But you don't have to select that if you don't want to. And again, these icons that we've got here, we can move them around into any order we want to. If we want to have our computer at the top and our recycle bin there, or we can move the recycle bin anywhere on our desktop. Some people like it down in this corner for some reason. We can do that. It's your desktop. You can arrange these however you want to. And there's a quick way we can arrange them too. By right clicking on our desktop, we can go to the Sort As option, and we can sort them into order by name or by type, and we can play around there. And like I say, this is your desktop, so you can decide which order you want your icons. You can move them around and have them however you want. So as I've said, this is your desktop, so you're not even restricted to just these 4 shortcuts now. You can have a shortcut to any program you want to on your desktop if you think it'll help you be more productive and you can get things done faster. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So clicking on your Start menu, you'll say, oh, wait a minute, I've got a Start menu with all programs. Now if you've got Windows 8, and you've probably found you don't have a Start menu, and you may find that really frustrating, and you're struggling with how to do basic tasks. Now if you haven't got your Start menu, please go and check out my other videos. You'll find there's a video there called how to make Windows 8 look and feel more like Windows 7 with a Start menu, and that little tutorial will show you how you can get your Start menu back. But just getting back to creating our desktop icons, which is really what we're talking about, I'm going to show you some ways in which you can do that. So let's say we've got a Start menu, you've done that, you can click on there and go to All Programs, and basically you just browse through the All Programs menu until you find the program that you want to run, and you're going to run it regularly, so you think, yeah, I'll put that on my desktop. Basically, if you just right click on the program you want to run, you'll get a pop-up menu, a context sensitive menu, and when you look through that, you'll notice there is a Send To option, and within that menu you can choose to send a shortcut for that program to your desktop. So if you click on there, and then if we look on our desktop, look, we've got a shortcut, in this case to Calculator, and it's really as simple as that. So I'll just show you that again. You browse all programs until you find the program that you want to create a shortcut for. Let's choose something different this time. We'll go and choose Disk Cleanup. That'll do. So you right click, you go to Send to, and we choose Desktop, Create Shortcut, and that's how you do that. But of course, this being Microsoft, there's always more than one way to do something. So I'll show you another way to create a shortcut. If we find another program, this time we'll use Event Viewer. Basically, just hold down the right hand mouse button and drag the program that you want to. Holding down the button, just drag it onto the desktop. And when you do that and release the right mouse button, you'll see that there's a menu will appear again, and from that menu we just choose Create Shortcut here and click that, and there we go, we've created another shortcut on our desktop. So you can choose whatever you want, you can do whatever you want, create as many shortcuts as you want on the desktop, just like that. Now I'm just going to delete these to clean up our desktop again, because I don't actually want them. So I'm just going to delete those shortcuts. But basically that's how you can create as many shortcuts as you want to and arrange them as you want to on your desktop. So I said I'd show you how we could also change the background image from the one that came pre-installed, this Sony one. I'll show you how to change that to something perhaps you'd like, make it more personal. Again, just right clicking anywhere on this empty desktop area with the right mouse button, and from our menu we go back to Personalize at the bottom, and this brings us to the personalization screen with all these options that we can choose from. And this is where we can select themes for our whole computer. We can change backgrounds, colors, sounds, screensavers. Now if we look at this icon here, desktop background, this is where we just change the background on its own. And these are the pre-installed backgrounds that Sony have put on here on my laptop. Now if I just drop this menu down and we choose Windows desktop backgrounds, this is where we get to see Microsoft's background images that we can choose from. And basically just find one that you like, and when you're happy, all you do is just click it to select it. So I'm going to select this one here, and you'll see automatically the colours in the background have changed. And if I minimize this box, we can see that there is my new background. Now if we just go back into that, you can see we can choose anything we want to. I'll click on this flower, and it's changed the background and it's changed the colour of my taskbar. I'm just going to change that back again just to show you how easy it is to just select. You have to make sure though that you click Save Changes, or else it will just revert. So when you're happy, click Save Changes, and there's our background. Now we can also select a theme which will make it slightly quicker, where we can find one of these pre-installed themes. And for instance, if I select this one, you can see selecting the theme will change a number of things. The colours will change, the background will change. If we just have a look, it's gone back to the flowers again, and it'll change various things. And you'll find that we select this one, you can see it's changed our colours, our background, and the background will change regularly to fit the theme. If you like using themes, you can do that. Personally, I don't like to use themes. I just like to change things independently to make it more personal to me. So I'm going to go back to desktop backgrounds and change that back to this yellow one. And that's really how you change your desktop background. Remember to click Save Changes as always, and we can change the colour theme. We can keep our background image but change the colours to whatever we want to, if we want to do that. Saving changes again. And we can also change sounds. Some people like to have sounds when various things happen on their PC. If you don't like that, you can turn the sounds off so that you're not constantly bombarded by pings and dings. You can do that if that's what you want. But also we can change the screensaver too. Now some people like to have a screensaver, it's a good idea, And this is basically where you choose your screensaver. You just drop the menu down. There aren't an awful lot come with Windows 8, but pick whichever one you want to. You select a screensaver to have. I'm going to choose ribbons. And you can also select the amount of time Windows will wait before it kicks in with that screensaver. So you can change that. And if you click the preview button, that'll show you what the screensaver will look like when it kicks in after the time that you've set. And when you're happy, again click apply, and that will save your screensaver and turn it on. Now I don't actually like to have a screensaver, so I'm not going to have one on mine, but that is how you do that. That's how you change your backgrounds, change your colours, and switch on your screensaver. One other thing I'll show you is how to change the resolution of your screen too. You might find that text and icons and things is too small, or maybe it's too big. And I can show you just by changing the resolution how you can dramatically change how things look. Just looking here, for me this is okay, but for you that might seem to be too big or too small, the writing. So anywhere on our desktop again, this time we choose screen resolution. If we click on that, we come to the place where we can change the actual resolution size of our screen. So here, the resolution drop down box, if we click on that, we will get a slider which we can move up and down and select. You'll see as we move it up and down, you can see in the background the different resolutions. Now we can move that up and down and find the resolution that we want to. Now let's put it right to the bottom. Now if we were to select that as our resolution, look what happens. If we keep those settings, can you see it's shrunk our screen area dramatically? And it's telling us, well, this isn't the optimal resolution for this particular screen. And it will say you really want to do that. We wouldn't choose this resolution, but I'm using it as an example to show you how you can drastically change your desktop sizes. Now if we go back to our screen resolution and slide that back up a notch, we can go, and if we keep that resolution, you can see how it slightly changed the size of our desktop, and text will look slightly bigger, icons will look slightly bigger, and if we were using a word processor or email, you would see it, how it would affect the text there. But just going back to our screen resolution size, I'm going to move it back up again and put it to the optimal resolution. And I really just wanted to show you that so you could see there's no mystery, that basically changing the resolution size, you can play around with that until you can find a resolution that looks right for you and the text size is correct, and you can play around with all of these settings that I've shown you today, and you can find what works for you. Because at the end of the day, it's your computer, it's your desktop, you'll be using it day in, day out. Really, don't be afraid to experiment and find the settings that you like. And really, that's how simple it is to make the desktop environment more personalized to you, more effective, and what you want at the end of the day. So thank you for watching. I hope you liked this video. Please like it, subscribe to my channel, and watch out for more videos coming very soon. Goodbye.